Good evening, everybody. It is May 19th, 2019, and this is Wrestleview Live. And I'm doing this for the first time with me. Yes, wow, I've prepared. Yes, this is recap of Money in the Bank. Hello, everybody in the chat room. If you are in the chat room, you better let yourselves be known right now, or else I will forget who in the hell you are. Hello, Jamel. Hello, Nafis Sadat. Victoria's in the chat room. What? All right. Daniel. Yeah, this time we'll recognize you, Daniel. Andrew's in the chat room. Randy's in the chat room. Graham, you're a nice person. Hey. Hello, everybody in the chat room. Welcome to the recap for WWE Money in the Bank that just ended not but about 15, 20 minutes ago. Holy hell. Is everyone okay? Have we talked ourselves off the cliff? Away from the cliff, not off the cliff, because then you wouldn't be here in the chat room. That's kind of how that works. Yes, I'm Doug Lackey, host of Wrestleview Weekly that airs on this channel every Wednesday, but running this show, this shindig, alongside with me is the awesome gentleman who recapped this very show on the Wrestleview website. He also is the co-host alongside Victoria, who's in the chat room. They cover Raw every Monday post-show. If you have not seen it, there is something wrong with you. You must go watch it, and that is Mr. Mike Tedesco. Mike, how are you?
I'm doing well, Doug. I'm doing well. I finally got to recap a pay-per-view that didn't feel like it was an absolute chore to get through, so I'm pretty damn happy about that.
I was about to say, this pay-per-view, this was of all the pay-per-views that we have watched as part of the staff, this did not seem like a chore at all, you know. It went by very swimmingly, you know, for a good 3.5 hours, 11 matches. Who'd have thunk that? You have a couple of squashes and some segments in there, but shoot, went by swimmingly. For everyone who I'm sure just wants to know the quick results of the show, why don't you go ahead and just let them know what the heck happened?
Well, a lot happened on this show.
Well,
okay,
sure.
There's a lot of stuff, and we have a lot of stuff we have to talk about tonight. But kicking off the show was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match with Bayley. It's Bayley winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Before that, we had a pre-show. The Usos beat Daniel Bryan and Rowan in a non-title match. Initially, it was booked as a Smackdown Tag Team Championship match, and then they wound up being non-title, and the Usos won. Mm-hmm. Rey Mysterio defeated Samoa Joe to win the United States Championship with Joe's shoulder up, so there's some little controversy there. Shane McMahon defeated The Miz in a steel cage match. Tony Nese defeated Arya Daivari to win to retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Let's see what else we got. We got Becky Lynch, Becky Two Belts, made a successful title defense of the Raw Women's Championship against Lacey Evans. She beat her by submission, only to lose the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair immediately following that match. And then a beatdown with Evans and Flair on Lynch led to Bayley coming out to make the save. Charlotte somehow winds up knocked out cold. Bayley cashes in on Charlotte Flair to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley is the new champion.
Yes.
Roman Reigns defeated Elias in 9 seconds. That's a lot. That's pretty quick. Seth Rollins defeated AJ Styles to retain the Universal Championship. Kofi Kingston defeated Kevin Owens to retain the WWE Championship. And in a huge surprise, Brock Lesnar came out as the 8th man. Sami Zayn was attacked earlier. He's out of the match. Brock Lesnar came out at the end of a wild Money in the Bank ladder match to win the match. Brock Lesnar is Mr. Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So I kind of want to dip right into that. Showing the graphics of Ali looking at the ladder and, oh my God, there's a Bork racing to the ring. Oh crap, he's tearing down ladders and stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead and set up the table here for this. All right. Okay. I don't necessarily know what the initial reaction is towards the appearance of Bork in this, but I can already imagine like some of the spontaneous, like, oh God, he's back. Oh, and now we're never going to see a briefcase on TV. Oh, God. It's going to take the allure away from the Money in the Bank briefcase. But I believe the majority, and I want to think you and I are in this, and like, neat. Yeah, neat.
I loved it.
Yeah. And of all the things that Bork has never
What's
done.
there to hate?
Well, yeah, and of all the things that Bork has never done, one of them is have this briefcase. And now that I think about it, I don't think that ever since the Money in the Bank match has been instituted, I don't know if he's ever been a part of the company since this has been instituted. I want to say it's his first appearance in the match, but
Yes.
it's his first appearance in said Money in the Bank ladder match. That's for darn sure. But
Yeah.
they've had Money in the Bank matches, I believe, but he would have other matches on the card, say for I think WrestleMania. There have been some WrestleMania Money in the Bank matches that he's been, he's had other matches. But this was quite refreshing, in my opinion. Yeah.
It's a great surprise. When I tune into wrestling, what I want is to like not say like, oh, I saw that coming. I love when I'm recapping and then I actually have to stop recapping so I can just enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I get to do tonight.
And I got to tell you too, with this show in particular, and I mentioned before how this show did not drag by any stretch of the imagination. This was a very pleasant 3.5 hour long pay-per-view. I'm glad it didn't go 4. And when you look at the matches that they had, nothing really dragged, and it was nice to have a couple of, I guess you want to call them short matches or squashes in the form of Roman Reigns and Elias, or whether it be also Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, just kind of ending out of nowhere.
Yes.
We had also a lot of spontaneous, blood happening.
Yes, we sure did.
Yeah.
Which, it's like, it's a shame that people have to get busted open hard way in order for it to. But like when it happens, I mean, like, think about it. Is Becky Lynch defending 2 championships if she didn't bust her nose before Survivor Series?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
I don't know. That put her over the edge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, in fact, we're just looking at also with the Rey Mysterio Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe just a busted up nose.
I saw it happen live. I knew immediately. I was like, "Ooh, that looked like his it looked like his crotch just went right over his nose like this."
Yeah, just rolled.
And
yeah, shoved nose right up into his brain is what it looked like. As always with most of these pay-per-views, I'm sorry that I'm kind of jumping back and forth and everything with with this, but as I usually like to do when it comes to these pay-per-views, before we start bitching about anything that we hated about the pay-per-view or what we didn't like about it, which I think, I want to say both Mike and I will readily admit it's few and far in between. There's not a whole lot to complain about with this pay-per-view. So I will start it with you, Mike. Name one thing that you enjoyed from this pay-per-view other than us being giddy about Bork Lesnar. Okay, we are both in agreement that Brock Lesnar winning Money in the Bank was quite refreshing and quite fun. Okay.
Sure. I immediately I got to go right to Seth Rollins and AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Just absolute barn burner of a match. Freaking awesome. So much fun. Like counter after counter into like I always hate when they promote things as like a dream match, because I remember the last dream match that AJ Styles had with Shinsuke Nakamura, and it was just meh.
Yeah.
It just wasn't much.
Right.
Didn't really impress me all that much. This one, the crowd was buzzing the entire time. They were treating it like this was like a meeting of 2 really great competitors, meeting for the first time in a WWE ring, and they made the crowd. I mean, this match would have been great even in front of a dead crowd, but the crowd really just gave this the extra level. I love crowd interactions when they're positive interactions. And this is awesome chants, dueling chants the entire time. They didn't lose the crowd for 1 second. Everything was crisp. Everything was done extremely well. It was just awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, I got to say, there have been plenty of times where we've had Yeah. Oh, this is a dream match. You know, like
Good.
Styles and Nakamura. Yeah, Styles and Nakamura is one I
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Let's see. What have we got here?
Hello.
Hello. Internet going wonky. That will just keep it going here. There we go. I see you. You're moving now. There we go. Yeah, my internet's going wonky for some reason. That's okay. How is everyone else? Everyone else in the chat room, let me know what's going on.
I can hear you now. It's like
Everyone else in the chat room, let me know what
we
the
got
hell's
thunder
going on.
here. We got thunder. It's not good.
Well, other thing too is I'm looking at my internet's kind of taking a tumble because apparently Borg Laser has run into my internet. Okay, let me see. But I'm trying to play stuff. That's okay. We'll just close that. All right. Professionalism. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's see. That's why it's not working. It's saying I have no internet. That's weird. How is that possible? That makes no sense. No, it's storming here. Everyone is getting a storm. Okay. So everyone's getting a storm. Fantastic. That is... Yeah. Just blow up everything. Just blow up everything.
Oh, I hear you, though.
Oh, that's good.
I hear you.
I know.
Makes no
I don't
sense at
know
all.
why everything else is... I was seeing a lot of buffering for a bit. That's probably what's happening. There is a ton of buffering, guys. I'm going to apologize because, yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it. There we go. We're reconnected now. We're back. Everything is fine. It's okay. I'm going to love this. Everyone's going to jump back in. Jamel with the brilliant first post pay-per-view show without Adam, and things are falling apart. It ain't me, guys. It ain't me this time. Come on now. Dream matches. Why do we hate calling things dream matches? Because we set an expectation for them that is incredibly lofty. And when it doesn't happen or it doesn't pan out, then we're led to, oh, this match sucks. Oh, this is a nightmare match is what this is. This match with Rollins and Styles, I was afraid was going to be just chocked full of moves for the sake of moves. I was afraid it was going to be chock full of no sell, my turn to do a move, your turn to do a move. It didn't really come across that way at all. Finisher kick out after finisher kick out, not so much. When it shows that, the stomp is the finisher and there was no kick out, but actually did hit the Styles Clash, but it took a lot to try to do it and a lot to try to get to the pin. So whenever I hear finisher kickouts, there are ways to kind of get around that. But granted, again, Styles Rollins is absolutely one of the reasons you should rewatch this show. In my opinion.
No doubt. You got to catch the show, if not just for that match alone.
Yeah.
And this is a really good show. So if you actually accidentally wind up watching the entire thing, you won't be led astray.
No.
But this was next level. One of the top WWE matches, I think, that you'll see this year.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. OBS, what is your problem? What is your problem, OBS? Dear Lord. Okay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is not on your end, and this is not on anyone else's end. The internet is going bonkers. Everyone is online, especially on the YouTubes, people.
I know, this is killer.
I know. That's okay. All right. Everyone in the chat room, please go bonkers right now. Please go bonkers.
Oh, we're
Let me know
online.
what's going on. Come on. I'm back. We're all back. Let's go nuts here. Match that I want to talk about. Okay. Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. I guess this match I was pleasantly surprised in how much we were shown how a pretty good babyface in peril Kofi Kingston is. However, I would like to insert some gripes, even though I know that we're supposed to be talking about happy things.
Breaking the rules
want to
already.
talk about some gripes with this match.
Okay.
Kofi, stop jumping. Please, for the love of God, Kofi, why do you leap vertically so much? I get it. If you do it off the top rope to do a splash of some kind, that's awesome. As long as you end up on a horizontal plane when you land. For the love of God, for the past 11 years, we have been seeing him leap vertically so much to connect with so little. It's just not working for him. It's just not working. Kevin Owens jaw-jacking with the crowd the entire match is just great. Shows that's what you're supposed to do to get people enthused. At one point in the match, the crowd was completely dead, not replying to anything these two jokers were doing, and all it took was Kevin Owens to yell back at the crowd, "Stop clapping," or "Stop cheering," and everyone got riled back up into it. Kind of reminds me of when Christian used to be on the main roster, and he would just do these random clapping to try to get the crowd into it. This is Kevin Owens Christian clapping, is what it is. I don't know. What do you think of the Kofi Owens match? I mean, I'm kind of half and half on
it. I didn't like the build for it. I wasn't like totally committed to the build of like, Kevin Owens like this giant betrayal because he was going to be the new Big E. It didn't go long enough for me to really care about it.
Right.
So like when they actually came to blows, it was just like, the energy level was a little low for me. I thought they started slow. I thought, and I also thought that they had a hard time following because preceding this match was the AJ Styles Seth Rollins match, which went long and really drained the energy from the fans. I mean, that's just all it is. And then you had Lars Sullivan come out there, get busted open, and that like gets everybody like, ooh, blood. So they were fighting an uphill battle the entire time, of not a great story and kind of a lethargic crowd, which that's not their fault. And I thought they pulled him in kind of at the end, but it just, I don't know. For me, it was a decent match. It just never got out to that next level. It felt like it was an Intercontinental title match, maybe.
It really did. No, that's a really good way of putting it, is that it really did feel like an Intercontinental title match. And I mean, no offense to both Kevin Owens or Kofi Kingston, I'm still trying to get used to the spot that Kingston is in right now. It's been 11
years.
That's it. Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah. It's been 11 years that he's been in this. And this is the first time ever that he's been put in, like, seriously, any kind of major headline main story program, let alone be a main champion of any kind. The last time they tried something like this is where he tried to have a program with Randy Orton because he trashed Joey NASCAR that he got from and that's when.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is the last time he had a major program of some kind, and I'm talking way back with WrestleMania and doing Elimination Chamber and all of that. His insertion into the main event, I don't want to say sounds ham-fisted, but we sure as hell aren't used to it. And so trying to get used to the spot that he's in right now is going to take a lot of time. And I don't know.
Well, if I may interject, I think that this is kind of like one of the drawbacks of that wild card rule.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like the logical first defense, I mean, I get it. Yeah, they have done away with the rematch clause, but like the ready feud was Daniel Bryan when he makes his comeback, goes after Kingston, you could still have Kevin Owens at the side. Maybe that could have been an Extreme Rules match. You could have even dragged out the brand New Day into SummerSlam. Just something to let it breathe a little bit. But it seemed like the Kevin Owens thing happened, and then they hot-shotted, what could have been a pay-per-view feud into one night of Raw.
Yeah.
And now it's like they had to scramble to come up with this story that peaked before it even started. And here we are. Here's the result.
Mm-hmm.
It actually did a disservice to Kofi Kingston to have that championship match on Raw and just totally blow that. It's this damn wild card thing.
Well, I mean, let's just go ahead and face facts. We found a way to say that there is no longer a brand split. We'll just put it that way. We'll say everyone
I
is
agree.
going to be on both shows. We're going to find a way to get around this, but you're not going to see them all the time. So there, I totally get, I totally get it, and I totally get why it's now just called a wild card thing. And it's love how everyone's like, they put it in there because the ratings are down. No, it was in the books, people. Sorry, this was going to be happening anyway. Why do you think the Superstar Shakeup was going on for 3 weeks? Come on. Okay.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I don't know. I really do actually believe that the wild card thing was just like a desperate thing to pop a rating because, I mean, NBA playoffs are starting. They have to try to do something just to kind of, get people interested because the brand split it was just a disaster.
It was.
I,
It was.
like they undid half of they undid half of the changes, and then they just started bringing people in over the next 3 weeks before they did this wild card rule. It was just a bizarre thing, from everything from everything I know about it as the intrepid and editor in chief of the site, recapping and reporting on all this silliness. It's they're scrambling for just to find something that's going to work to drum up some interest,
right?
Because all of those metrics are that you follow are down, social media engagement. Yeah, they have more followers than ever, but what does that mean?
Yeah. Just because you got one click doesn't mean that they're constantly clicking.
Right. And honestly, like the way that they've been doing business, it's like you don't ever have to tune into the show.
No.
You can just watch it on YouTube in clips that are posted almost immediately as soon as stuff happens. So what they started doing was they started not posting anything from Raw, no video clips. So you have to kind of tune into it. So it's like part of this this little game plan they have to try to get people back to watching the shows, taking off the internet clips and, hey, okay, sorry we moved everybody, so here's this wild card rule, so you don't know who's going to be on the show every week.
Yeah, I think my biggest gripes, and here we are talking about Superstar Shakeup, even though I know there was a pay-per-view going on, and that's okay. It's my thing was, oh, did you know Samoa Joe is a part of Raw, but we are not going to tell you the day of the Superstar Shakeup. Yes, he's sick.
Right.
Yes, he's sick. He's not going to be able to appear on the show, but we are too lazy to make a video production or a vignette to show you that he is going to be on Raw. It could have been easily
They told us that Eric Young was going to be on Raw.
They told us Eric Young is now a part of Raw. Vignette for him and everything. Hasn't been on Raw. Buddy Murphy did a monologue on SmackDown saying that I am now a part. He has yet to show up on SmackDown. So the way it looks right now, everything, they did not think about anything that they were doing. It really does not. And normally I'm not like that with the WWE because I'm always under the impression, and usually correct, that everything is planned out. They do this stuff well in advance. They have got WrestleMania 36 booked. Okay? But after the Superstar Shakeup debacle and the wild card fiasco, I have no clue what's going on. But we know that Bork has a briefcase. When
yes,
is that going to? Yes, and when is that going to happen? Oh God, just
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Why the hell not? Oh God, is that going to make some people angry? I am so ready for people to get angry. Okay.
I'm actually psyched. I gotta tell you, they were a little heavy-handed with their promoting of the Saudi show as saying it's like even better than WrestleMania, which it very well might be. If it doesn't go 8 hours, it might be better than WrestleMania.
It could.
Anything's better. WrestleMania was a fucking slog to get through.
Yes.
But Goldberg, Undertaker. I don't give a shit how old Undertaker is, and I don't care how old Bill Goldberg is. If they give us 5 minutes of just crazy spots and the crowd is actually into it, that I got to tell you, I'm excited to see that match. Now that Brock Lesnar has the briefcase, and I'm firmly convinced that he's cashing in at Saudi Arabia, I'm psyched. I'm psyched.
Yeah, they gave us a reason to actually want to watch every single show they have now on the network. Is number one.
Yes.
Number two, I'm not necessarily excited about Undertaker Goldberg. I don't know why. Just call it. I don't know. I know the
They're old.
two. They're well, not just old. Is that I'm old. I don't need to be reminded how old I am. I hate being reminded how old I am. Okay? Like, if you're noticing the freaking trend that's going on Facebook right now of everyone saying, I'm this and this old, or I'm this such old, and this such being an artifact that they remember, or something that happened in their hometown, or something like that. This is the trend that's happening on Facebook right now. It's pissing me off because I don't want to be reminded how old I am. Okay? I really love it that I can be on the internet even though you're looking at me right now, and I do look pretty young. I'm actually pretty old, and I'm getting cranky. All right? And I don't need two men that are crankier than me and grumpier than me going at it and reminding me of how young I was when they were around.
Right.
But
I hear you.
unless they say that, oh, by the way, it's just been announced that Goldberg Undertaker is now going to be a no disqualifications falls count anywhere match. Sure, I'll go ahead and watch it. You know, that's what Goldberg Lesnar was. That's what every Undertaker match practically was. So
I'm just curious to see who's going to lay down.
yeah.
That's enough to get me kind of excited about it. It's like, who's going to agree to take the loss here?
Yeah, no, that is a good one. God, I am not locking that prediction. That's for
No,
damn sure.
no, that one you don't lock.
No, I am not locking.
I mean,
that. No. For those of you
this goes back to like this is going to be like one of those like old school things where like wins and losses actually meant something. It feels like, it's like, who's going to do the job, Sean or Brett? It's like it's exciting.
Yeah, this one, yes. Who's going to do the job? Yes, that is kind of exciting. Yes. Speaking of locks and speaking of predictions, as some of you watching this right now and listening to this right now, if you do not watch my show with Wrestleview Weekly, I make predictions on pay-per-views like these, and I will occasionally lock predictions that I make. And if I do not get said locked predictions correct, show it to the people on the camera. I do a shot of the Luna Azul Blanco tequila for each one that I get wrong. We went a whopping 5-6 for the show. My locked picks, I got 3 of 5 wrong. And I would like to talk about the 3 that I got wrong, because I have a gripe about one of them. Okay. First off, the ones that I don't have gripes on. I locked The Miz to beat Shane in the cage match. And the only reason for this is because I want this feud to end. This is getting really, really sluggish to me. It's hard enough trying to back up a babyface Miz, and I understand why he's a babyface. They got a TV show that's going on. I totally get it. Okay, you can't have a heel Miz with a really funny television show trying to entice you to watch his show when the character's supposed to have you hate him. So I totally get why he's a babyface. It's still really tough to latch onto, though, especially going against Shane McMahon, where we are always reminded that he's the best in the world, but they say they don't remind us why he believes he's the best in the world. So
I always thought that the thing about the best in the world character tagline that he was going to have was the fact that he's not the best in the world and that he's actually not quite good at all. Right. It's just like he does crazy stunts, and if he's not doing crazy stunts, he's losing matches. It's now like they call him the best in the world, and now he's getting slammed off the top of steel cages. He's getting splashed, and he's kicking out, and he's just what?
Yeah. I don't understand how am I supposed to get. Okay, I'm supposed to get behind the Miz because Shane punched his baked potato face father, which I kind of like that line. But how do I identify with them? How can I identify with the Miz? Okay, that's with the entire crowd. You're supposed to identify with the babyface. What are the qualities of this babyface character that help you cheer for him, that root him on to, defy whoever is against you. Be the hero that you're supposed to be. It's tough for the Miz. It's very, very tough.
Victoria's gonna hate me for saying this, but
yeah,
when Miz made his entrance, and he didn't even get in the ring yet. He was just standing there in his ring jacket. He took his glasses off and he was just giving Shane like that kind of face.
Yeah.
I said to Victoria, I go, oh my God, it looks like he grew up watching big feuds and just thought this is what you do in a big feud. It just oh my God, it just felt so. This is what faces do when they're trying to be tough. I was like, oh God, stop, please. Oh my God.
Yeah, looking over the entire structure with your eyes, and then looking angrily at Shane and, oh, by the way, kid, have my sunglasses.
Right.
Yeah. And I would think if you were incredibly angry at Shane, with everything, and you got into the cage, you go right after him. You don't even wait for a bell. You just go right after him. I guess that's what I'm always a fan of, is that if people hate each other so much, then damn it, go. We didn't get any of that. Didn't get any of that. And I don't want to say that let down, but it kind of is. It kind of keeps from me latching on to the Miz babyface character. Show me how important this is to you. And if you're doing it just to get in the ring and wait for a bell, you're in steel cage, you're not going to take advantage of the situation you're in at that second before the bell rings, then I don't know. So I'm taking a shot because of that. Another shot that I am taking, another shot that I'm taking.
Never bet against McMahon.
No, never. I shouldn't. I should know better. Yeah.
And here's a bold prediction I'm going to make.
Oh God.
Shane McMahon is going to win a world title before the end of the year.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a second. Oh, he would definitely win against Kofi Kingston. That would absolutely happen. It all depends on who he's going to have alongside
that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that will absolutely happen. Not a problem. Second lock that I got wrong was I actually thought Baron Corbin was going to win the Money in the Bank. But no, it was Bork Laser. So,
in your defense, in your liver's defense, though, Doug.
Yes. You
made a prediction based on an old lineup that no longer exists.
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay. Everyone got that pick wrong. Everyone who was making predictions for this show got that pick wrong. Okay. So, yeah, that is to my defense, but I have integrity, so I have to honor that. But here is the third lock that I got wrong, and I've got a gripe with, and it's actually from the pre-show. I picked Daniel Bryan and Rowan to win their match, but it was purely based on it being a title match. Going against the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. That's the reason I picked them. Okay? But now suddenly they switch it to where it's not a title match, and I'm left there going, well, shit. All right, looks like I'm taking one now because I know now the Usos are going to win. I don't understand how that change happened, but at the same time, I don't think I really should be caring that much. Maybe it's me. I don't
know. Daniel Bryan just being on a pre-show just doesn't make much sense to me at all. Anyway.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's another weird feeling, isn't it? Daniel Bryan being on a pre-show.
Right. So they hot-shotted an entire, what could have been maybe two, you could have gotten another 2 pay-per-views out of Bryan and Kingston.
Yes.
You hot-shotted that into one night of Raw, and then give him tag team titles, and he's on the kickoff show the next month? What?
Yeah. Don't get it. But
that's weird.
But I did get some things right. And it's about time that I, you know, try my darndest not to just drop trow and show you how proud I am of myself. But, okay, yeah,
Please.
sorry to give you that imagery. All right, let's talk us some Bailey. Let's talk us some Charlotte. Let's talk us all the stuff that's happening with the women's and the things. Because last week on Wrestleview Weekly, correctly predicted Bailey's going to win the Money in the Bank. She's going to cash in on whoever's going to be winded the most from the women's matches. I said it will probably be Charlotte because right now Charlotte is mega heel on SmackDown. They are devoid of a babyface, a main event women's babyface. Bailey is that person. And so what better way to catapult her into that slot than to have her cash in on Charlotte at this pay-per-view? That's right. I win.
Yeah, you killed that one.
I am
That
Lanny
one was good.
Poffo, the genius. Yes. Yes. However, okay, so now Bailey is SmackDown champion. How are we about that? Or is there approval? Yeah. Is it better than Sasha?
I have to tell you. I mean, and I totally get the logic behind it. I think you laid it out perfectly that they do need a main event heel. I mean, I'm sorry, main event face. I'm of the, especially after when she first showed up on SmackDown, I was like, ooh, maybe there's an opening here to really freshen up the Bailey character. But I think that was a one night anomaly and whatever. You're right. She's kind of like she can be a face. I think this is actually a nice little reboot on her in general, just to like maybe like, okay, we totally botched her the first like 3 years of her career on the main roster. She's just been lost. She's just been there.
Yeah.
But when she came up, it was like she could have been like, a female John Cena, and the fact that the kids love her. She's family friendly. She had the reactions. She, I don't think she's as good as people make her out to be in the ring. I just don't see it. I never did. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
But she has, some kind of personality. And this is kind of like a nice little reboot to kind of like, she was, I mean, this was, what a moment, what a nice feel good moment when she won, and then she's running through the crowd. She's in the hugger section. The crowd is, they did their part. I got to tell you, the Hartford crowd did their part tonight. They acted like an actual audience that wasn't going to business for themselves. They went to a show to enjoy the show, which is such a novel concept. And they really made that moment really awesome. So when I was thinking at the beginning of the night when Bailey won, I was like, ooh, what if she cashes in on Becky Lynch and like goes heel? That'd be so awesome. You know what?
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. That thought crossed my mind.
Oh yeah. But this was actually better. To establish a main event face for SmackDown, even though nobody watches SmackDown. And that's what I said to Victoria when it all happened. I just go, yeah, it's cool. Nobody watches. But it's something for her to do. It's something for Charlotte Flair to do. And you know what? Maybe like it also gets the stank of Sasha Banks off of her.
Yes. But
they still mention Sasha Banks. So again, then later on in the night, I was thinking, oh, Bailey's going to try to cash in, and then Sasha Banks is going to come out and cost her. But
yeah.
Paranoid. Too paranoid.
Well, the weird thing is that if you kind of noticed, ever since Bailey has come to SmackDown, they've rarely mentioned Sasha alongside her with being inaugural tag team champions.
Yes.
They don't mention her that much.
They don't even mention the tag team championships anymore.
Not even mentioning the tag team championships because they have the greatest champions of all time right now holding them in the Iconics. So if we ever talk about tag team champions that are women, it's them. Okay.
Yes.
So that's number one. But number two, yeah, I don't want to say that they're distancing the notion that Sasha and Bailey were a team, or there is a Sasha at all.
They mentioned her tonight on the pay-per-view. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, wait, there's a Sasha Banks? Huh? But what makes for an interesting dynamic here, and all right, everybody put on your fantasy booking hats, because here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Bailey is your SmackDown Women's Champion. You know you're insured really good programs with Charlotte. You're going to have that go on for a good 2 months, 3 months. You've got SummerSlam coming up in August. So what would I be booking somehow for Bayley to come up on the next big pay-per-view that is SummerSlam, be prepared in some time between now and then, or then and now, or however the heck you say that. We're going to see a swerve. Prepare yourselves. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Prepare yourself for Ember Moon. Okay? It is waiting in the wings. And there's a lot of good story that can be made on why she is swerving. It's pretty simple. Superstar shakeup. I introduced myself on the roster. I'm here to make a name for myself. And out came your white and brown-haired prickly butt to steal my thunder. I'm here to try to make a name for myself, but damn it, here you are. Okay? Why can't I do it without you being around? So that's what I'm seeing there. On the Raw side, I want Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans to go for eternity. I would love for that to just go for eternity, but that may not be the case. The Raw women's roster is in a lot worse shape right now than SmackDown's women's roster
horrible.
is.
It's horrible.
Would you like me to name some names? Dana Brooke.
Like,
Ugh.
oh god, I'm sorry. Did Ruby Riott did she just go away? Was she busy tonight? She's not injured.
Well, every member of the Riot Squad has not been on TV since the Superstar Shakeup episode. So we don't know where Liv Morgan is. We don't know where Sarah Logan is. We don't know where Ruby Riott is. We don't know where any of them are. Would you believe we don't know where Tamina is, even though I am concerned? And there are some that are injured. Okay, like you have Nia Jax out with double reparative surgery on both of her ACLs. She's not going to be back until Royal Rumble time. But you have the resources to make something really good. But you haven't made any mention that you have such resources. There's nothing wrong with making a vignette saying, "Hey, the Riot Squad. Hey, Liv Morgan."
Something. I mean, they broke the Riot Squad up for whatever reason. I don't think that was necessarily a thing that needed to happen. No. But here it is. And then you have, I know Ruby Riott's been wrestling on like main event and stuff like that. That's not main television and all that stuff, but she's there. It's like, was Dana Brooke like a huge necessity for this match? No, not really.
Not really.
She didn't do anything like that. That was even like, she didn't play into the finish. She didn't. I thought at least that they were going to tease Dana Brooke winning, and then somebody comes up from behind and she slips on a banana peel.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
No, it almost felt like there were some slots that were supposed to be filled by others, but they weren't. I guess a case in point, Dana Brooke. Who do you think was supposed to be in there? Maybe a Ruby Riott? Maybe there's something happening that we don't know. That's the other thing. Maybe but I mean, like, off. I don't
know. No, she's there. She's backstage. She was on the European tour the entire time.
Yeah. I guess the other thing too is, do we really need Sasha Banks back this badly? If the Raw women's roster is this bad?
I think she makes things worse.
Well, it depends on how she comes back, okay? I absolutely do think that a Sasha Banks Becky Lynch program would be good. I think a Sasha Banks Lacey Evans feud would be utterly fantastic. It just depends if Sasha Banks can get her butt in gear and not have crappy matches. Let's be brutally honest.
And not be such a friggin' mark for herself. It's like, wow, she's an idiot.
The thing is, I don't want to fall trap into emotions. I don't want to fall trap into, what everyone, quote unquote, thinks of Sasha Banks as a person. That's not what I'm observing. What I'm observing is that she is reckless in the ring. Okay? She's had some really bad matches. Really horrible. Who in the hell gave the okay for the spot between Sasha and Bayley in their tag team matches, where Bayley basically carries Sasha over a threshold to deliver a drop kick. I don't get a spot like that. Or why Sasha is doing a lot of the spots that she even does. Take their tag match that Bayley and Sasha had with Nia Jax and Tamina. We can name all of the spots that were done in there that were just unnecessary, pulled off by Sasha. And so I really think that this time off that she is taking is not just buying my own hype. I'm going to kick and scream on the floor because I don't have a fake title. I think it's because she needs to get focused. She needs to figure out what the heck she's doing and what she might be doing wrong or what she could be doing right.
Yeah, I think of her time off as almost like a maturity tour. It's like, you either gotta grow up a little bit here. It's you take yourself a little too seriously, and also I think you need to reeval because I think she thinks she's a little more important than she is. I think she thinks that without her the machine doesn't go on. But there've been a lot of stars in the past where everybody's just a cog in the wheel. You take the cog out, you replace it with another one, it goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to eat a little humble pie, and also she should take this time to, like you said, hone her craft a little bit, because every time, you could almost guarantee every time that she's in anything that's kind of pseudo important, she's going to try a dive and she's going to nearly kill herself every single time, and just under deliver every single time. Over promise and under deliver. That's Sasha Banks' WWE career so far.
Yeah.
And for all we know, it could be the final chapter of her career. We don't know. We don't know when she's coming back, when's happening.
Right.
Yeah, who knows?
We have no clue. We have no clue what's really. Honestly, we really have no idea what is happening with her. But the only thing that we really do know is, number one, she has not been on TV for a considerable amount of time for reasons we cannot state, and we should be, and it's really unfair for us to speculate on. There are many other websites that will go ahead and do so, and we'll let them do that. Okay. By the way, speaking of other websites that post news, okay, get ready for a rant. Okay. So there are shows going on over, I would say the past 2 or 3 days. Breaking news reports at these house shows. Baron Corbin has changed his attire. He is not wearing the shirt and vest. He's wearing torn off sleeves of his own merch. The breaking news report on all of these sites was that he has changed his ring attire. That he has ditched the vest and shirt. And then lo and behold, what the hell is he wearing tonight but his shirt and vest? Look at it all over the Twitter. It was freaking hilarious to watch.
Oh no, I saw it, and my immediate thought was, like, when WWE goes over to Europe, news slows down immediately. Like any kind of contact, any kind of anything that could possibly happen, it's out the window because nobody's picking stuff up in Europe. That's just what it is. So they have to find anything. But that's the difference between what makes us credible and what makes those sites not.
Yeah.
I'm happy that we don't report on shit like that. That's just dumb. Who cares?
Well, it's honestly, it's
not even a story.
It's not a story, but it's a story that reinforces something that the writer or the people on the website don't like, or something they do like, and it just further reinforces their opinions on whatever that may be. That's why there was an incredibly sexy picture of Rusev in bed with wearing nothing but a laptop over his crotch, replying to Big E's comments about him and Becky Lynch's mother. Now, I would have posted that on Wrestleview because of my own personal preferences for many different reasons, on many different fronts. But we do not, because that's not news.
That might be the last time you post on WrestleView.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm sure Paul, our grand overlord Paul, is listening. And yeah, he's going to be changing my password after tonight.
Oh no, I would personally delete that one.
No, okay. Well, yeah. That's true. Okay. I had to get that off my chest because I was seriously thinking about this when the men's Money in the Bank match was going to come on. I'm like, okay, all these stupid dirt sheets sites have been posting this story to make themselves feel good about what they think is good and bad. I'm just waiting for it to show up. I've got the picture saved. I'm going to be releasing a torrent of hate on Twitter tomorrow morning. I just can't do it tonight because I'm getting tired.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't want to do that. Everyone's asleep. No one will see it then. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. Okay. Overall with the show, okay. Do we really need to talk about Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio?
No, it's just one little spot in a long story that's going to play out to Dominic becoming a wrestler. That's just what it is.
Really?
It was a fine little chapter in the overall story.
Yeah. I guess my thing is, how old is Dominic? Is he in his 20s?
No, I think he's 19.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's a youngin.
He is a youngin, and but I don't know. Does it mean he's just going to get in a wrestling ring? I mean, is he actually going to really do something? I mean, are we
I don't know.
talking a match or something like
teasing
that?
it tonight. They were definitely teasing that Samoa Joe and him were going to come to blows. So
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm intrigued by it a little bit. I guess just partly out of just morbid curiosity, because I just really want to see Eddie Guerrero's son get in the ring.
Sure. But hey, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to see a child get beat up by Samoa Joe? Hey, I'm all for it.
And it's Eddie Guerrero's kid because that's what was determined.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Ray was shooting blanks and Eddie came in, swooped in for the save.
Yeah. So it just comes all full circle. It just all comes around. Yep. All right. What did everyone think of the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down on Money in the Bank. Mike, what say you? There is no thumbs in the middle. You can either have up or down.
Oh. I think I'm going to give it a thumbs up, a solid thumbs up. I'm going to say, Doug.
Yes.
Best WWE main roster show of the year.
Let's see. So we've had Royal Rumble, Fastlane, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. So this is the 5th of the year, and this is by far the best one. Say you.
So far.
Me, I'm really gonna have to rewatch. I want to say the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber was Fastlane, WrestleMania.
You know what the problem with Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? Just too damn long.
Yeah, just too damn long. Yeah, it's just way too damn long. You really have to sit down and invest in it.
I literally thought about going back to watch WrestleMania just to see if I missed anything or see kind of how I felt about it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I cannot reserve 7 hours of my time to watch WrestleMania.
No.
Even breaking it up, I have no interest.
No, couldn't. No. I will definitely give this a thumbs up. No, it was a very pleasant show. It's definitely one you can just turn on and watch.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, here's how I kind of grade it. This is my thumbs up logic.
Yes.
I had fun watching this show.
Yes.
That's what I look for.
Number one. Yeah, that's very important. That is very, very.
I had
very,
a ton of fun watching the show. It was just there were surprises, there was great wrestling, there were good segments, there was good storyline continuity.
Mm-hmm.
There was high risk, dangerous spots. I mean, that chokeslam on the edge of the ladder that Finn Balor took. I don't know how Finn Balor is still standing.
Oh God.
Just great show.
Oh my God. The bouncy
Money in the Bank ladder match spots were some of the craziest spots I can remember in a ladder match in quite some time on the WWE main roster.
Yeah.
It was next level, dangerous.
I was actually going into this and in my mind going, I've seen every single Money in the Bank ladder match ever done. How are they going to top what was done last time or the time before that or 3 or 4, 5 times before that, And every single time it is outdone. Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess what's even better about this particular pay-per-view and this particular Money in the Bank ladder match, and actually every match for that matter, they were all well-paced. There was no sluggishness. There was no... Yes, they're having rest spots, but they weren't so blatantly obvious. was the thing.
No, and you know what was great? There wasn't a lot of like, oh, I just did something and now I'm waiting for somebody to hit this thing on me. It was just everything was crisp, just like that. That's what I liked about it. And like you were saying, it was like, how do they top this? How do they top this? And like Ricochet just came out and just goes, hold my beer, and just went to town. Ricochet was like all over this match tonight, just doing crazy stuff. Finn Balor, I'm not a huge fan, obviously. He also gained a lot of my respect tonight too.
Mm-hmm. That it's also
and Andrade. How about the coming out party for Andrade on this one?
Yeah, can we talk about Andrade and the bouncy powerbomb spot with him and Balor on the ladder? Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting. I'm just glad that we finally had a Money in the Bank ladder match that did not involve so much furniture moving. Nothing was, okay, I've got to set up this ladder. Now I've got to set up this other ladder. Hold on, I need to build this erector set to pull off this one set spot. Okay? There wasn't any of that. So, all right, what I think, I gave it a thumbs up. What does everyone else say? Queuing up the voting. 66% give it a thumbs up. A full two-thirds of those watching. 34% thumbs down. How? It can only be because Brock Lesnar has the briefcase. That's the only way possible. Brock Lesnar is off the milk carton. It's the first time that he has been on WWE television since WrestleMania. Hold your horses. Who knows when in the hell he'll show up again? Who the heck knows? All right. That's the show. That was fun. Sans OBS internet weird stuff. I mean, I'm sorry. Everyone is online right now on the YouTubes.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah, so not a problem there. Anyway, everyone in the chat room, let yourselves be known, because I'm going to read you off right now, because you're really, really awesome for being in the chat room. If you are not in the chat room and you are listening to us via audio, or you're watching us on demand. You're watching to us. Dear God, Doug, have another beer. You're watching us on the demand on YouTube. Click the subscribe button. What the heck is your problem on YouTube? If you're listening to us, you should go on the YouTube and be a part of the chat room, because they're really nice people, and they smell good too. I just thought I'd throw that out there. And it's not just because Victoria is in there. It's because there are other nice smelling people in there. So it's not just one person. Everyone smells nice in the chat room. Let yourselves be known. Let me know what you smell like in the chat room right now. Who are you? Who's in there? I know Victoria's in there. I know Nicholas is in there. I know Ashley, Daniel, Lex is in there. Nafisa Dot. I love saying his name. You are a nice person. Yes, let yourselves be known right now. Okay. You, Michael, are going to be covering Raw tomorrow night.
Correct. We cover Raw and talk about it so you don't have to. That's our tagline.
Yes. What you think happened? What is going to be the Teddy Long Tag Team Special tomorrow night?
Well, tomorrow night on Raw, Doug, they are going to institute another title into WWE.
Brought to us by Mick Foley.
Remember Mick Foley is going to introduce WWE's newest championship.
There's a Mick Foley? What's a... This is his
annual... Yeah, how did Mick Foley get right? Like how did that happen where Mick Foley was the one who got chosen? Unless it's the hardcore title and they're bringing back the hardcore title.
No,
I don't know.
No. It can't be that. No.
I don't know what else it could be. Why would you tag Mick Foley, who hasn't been on WWE television in forever, to introduce a new title?
Unless, I think someone brought it up in the chat room, it being something along the lines of a wild card title, to where it's a title that you must defend on both shows, every single show, maybe. I don't know.
But
that
again,
sounds like what a world title would be,
or a television title, yeah.
Or
I guess.
Well, TV title.
Yeah. I don't know. I have a feeling it's good. It feels like the hardcore title's coming back.
It can't be. I cannot imagine that.
I can't either, but when they're in the trenches and they're trying to figure something out to get anything to work, and this was a great show. They had a great show tonight.
Yeah.
But how much of that's going to carry over? Like they want to, they're going head to head against the NBA Finals tomorrow night. They want to get some buzz.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
Well,
but try to
Victoria's
bring back
bringing
some
it
of the
up.
old favorites.
Well,
I mean,
Victoria's bringing it up in the chat room that Randy said it in the chat room that actually it's a book title.
God, no. People don't.
It's a book. He's unveiling his new book, and he's going to unveil the title of the new book.
People don't read anymore.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I just love how that's roped in. I just love how it's just clickbait put in TV form.
Oh my God.
That's great. Oh my God, you want people to hate you? Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Wow.
But you two are going to be bitching about that tomorrow night.
Yes.
you
better
all,
believe.
You all will catch me here Wednesday as I take 3 shots of this horrible, disgusting liquid known as tequila because I don't know shit about professional wrestling, even though I predicted fully what would happen with the SmackDown Women's title. So maybe I just know a little more than I actually do. I don't know. It just depends on what chaser I have. I think it's going to be a very lethal one. It's going to be a fun show on Wednesday, kids.
I can't wait.
Yeah, because
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, we're heavy drinking. A lot of updating to do on the WWE milk carton. What that is if you don't know, people who are perfectly healthy that have not been on TV for WWE or pay-per-view for at least 3 weeks. And also, we're going to get back to it. Well, I was thinking about booking WrestleMania 36, but instead, no, we're not doing that. A while back, I binged on NXT before the NXT TakeOver show for WrestleMania.
Smart.
This time around, now that we've seen we just had pay-per-view, we're binging on 205 Live. Okay?
What?
I'm going to binge on 205 Live. I am going to watch 8 episodes of 205 Live. Yeah.
Holy crap.
I'm going to watch 205 Live from post-WrestleMania up to now. Okay? Just to see, because let's go ahead and be honest. The matches they put on are pretty entertaining. This is the first time we've had a Cruiserweight title match on the main card for a pay-per-view in a very long time.
Yes.
Okay? I think it's worth checking out myself to see what's up with this, what kind of programs, what kind of stories are they telling and everything. And I'm kind of curious. That's all, because I also think a lot of the people that we are not seeing on Raw or SmackDown may be appearing on 205 Live soon in the form of Eric Young.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's on the docket. Everyone, again, thank you all so much for showing up. Again, click on the subscribe button. The hell's your problem? I'm done yelling at you about this. Okay? Just do it. For your own sake, for Mike's sake, and maybe Victoria's sake.
Yes.
For all 3 of us. Actually, don't give a shit about me. Do it for Mike and Victoria. Okay. Once again, thank you all so much for stopping by. We will catch you guys later Monday, tomorrow night, following Raw. And as I always tell you, know when you're being sold to.